Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help, and welcome back to another video today. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about old school RuneScape getting too easy. Now, I know this game is not turning into RuneScape 3, and that's kind of like the last thing I'm pretty sure all of us would want, right? For this game to turn into RuneScape 3. But over the years and with all of the updates that have come out, it has progressively gotten a lot easier than release. And that's kind of honestly expected. You know, with updates, they want to make the updates worth doing, so they provide good rewards for these updates, right? But the other day when that new smithing rework, no, I wouldn't say smithing rework, the new smithing minigame came out, really made me think this game is getting a lot easier. Pretty much, for Ironman anyways, certain updates have made them so much better, and obviously they help main accounts too, right? Well, for my Ironman account, I'm working on getting 99 smithing over a long period of time, obviously. And with this new update, right, before that, I was, doing all the way to 99 mining and then eventually going for 99 smithing that way. And then I'd probably have to buy the rest of the gold bars or gold ore that I needed to make the gold bars. And it was going to be one hell of a process, right? So I went from not only getting from just this one update, not only going from having 99 banked, I probably have about 20 million XP banked, which is just nuts. Like each bar, like, mithril bar, adamant bar, stuff like that, went from like 60, something, I'm just throwing rough numbers up there, it's not exact, but like around, between 60 and 80 experience per bar, right? And then it went up to about anywhere from 600 to over 1,000 experience per bar. Which, it does take longer, so I'll give Jagex that. It was a great update, and I'm not complaining about the update. It's actually a very well thought out update, and I really do actually enjoy the update. It's just for accounts like Ironman, it has become so much easier, you know what I mean? Instead of us having to go ahead and buy tons and tons of gold ore and being competitive and having to hop world and just being a nightmare, we can do this new kind of relaxing, chilling mini game and use the ores and bars that we've already got from the smithing, this new Giants Foundry update, and it is enjoyable, I'm not gonna lie. Now, does this affect main accounts, right? That's the main question. Is RuneScape getting easier? And the real answer is no. For all those people that want to, just be the most efficient possible, they're still going to be doing gold because the experience is faster, but they can make money off of, smithing now and still get like a very, very good experience. Now, to make money off smithing before, you had to do something like relatively slow, like making, what are those called? Making the dart tips or something like that, and it was just very, very AFK but very slow. But now they have this new Giants Foundry where you can make money, get relatively good experience, not as good as gold, but like relatively good experience. But let's hop back on the Ironman trend for a little bit. Basically, at the very start of the game, I know Ironman wasn't released at the start of the game, but I'm just like using Ironman as an example, just probably because I'm an Ironman, and pretty much these are the ways that I see most of the updates and just how they affect me in general. But take this with a grain of salt. It can be with any account, every account, updates make them easier, make them more convenient and stuff like that. But just before like a long time ago, right, when fire making was a skill where you had to click on every single log like individually, right, like back and forth, and then from finally after that, we got something like Wintertod where it didn't make fire making easier, it just made it like more enjoyable, more AFK, and just profitable. And Wintertod is still huge to this day. It is one of the probably, I want to say, most popular pieces of content that Jagex has ever made, because so many people rush the 99 fire making, and it's such a good update that has stayed long forever. It has helped every single account training fire making, you know what I mean? It just pretty much turned fire making from a very boring, repetitive skill that just a lot of people didn't like training, right, into something that is very enjoyable, very good experience, very good money. But this also led to Ironman. Usually for an Ironman, you'd have to collect the logs, right, to burn them. And now you can just do this mini game, right? Get free freaking fire making experience without actually having to get the logs yourself. Probably the best option before that would be the Kingdom of Miscellanea, right? And then using all the maple logs for fire making, right? But now, you know, you have this game that gives you fire making experience without you needing logs, and you make profit. We also have things like Temperus, right? The fishing skilling boss. And I'm a super huge fan of all these bosses, so don't think I'm like putting them down or anything. I love them. They've helped me a ton, all of them. But Temperus, right? Fishing on an Ironman before, you know, a lot of people would either do it super slow and super AFK, make the raw food they needed for cooking, or they, you know, would do barb fishing and not get any cooking experience really at the same time. But now something like Temperus, once again, very enjoyable, very fun to do, very good rewards. You actually get a ton of good rewards, and you can make money, a lot of money, fishing with competitive experience rates, right? And being an Ironman, right, you know, you get pretty much all the food you're ever gonna need, right? You get all the fishing and stuff like that you're gonna need. You can get so much cooking experience. If you have Temperus running with the Kingdom as well, easy 99 cooking banked without really ever having to touch one of the AFK methods to get cooking. It's just crazy how much easier it has changed. Like, I mean, I did Temperus for probably half of the cooking, or not even half of the cooking, but for, sorry, half the fishing. I would say from 95 maybe to 99 I did Temperus, and it probably banked me, you know, 4, 5, 6 million cooking experience. It's just crazy. And the next one is absolutely massive, and like I said, I am a fan of this update, but the rune crafting skilling boss, I wouldn't even call it a skilling boss, the new rune crafting mini game that has come out, the Guardians of the Eye, or the Guardians of the Rift, sorry. First of all, let me talk about the experience rates, right? And this is, again, very put at Ironman here, because the main struggle with rune crafting, not even just the fact that it is one of the slowest skills in the game, but the main struggle with rune crafting, right, for Ironman was pure essence, right? Back in the day, I did temple trekking forever to get the pure essence that I needed to get for my, you know, my rune crafting training and stuff like that. And I would go to specific monsters with Slayer just to make sure that they would drop enough pure essence, right, for me to get my 99 rune crafting or get my XP that I wanted banked, right? And then rune crafting has had 2 huge updates that have just made it so much easier, and especially for Ironman accounts. Rune crafting, right? We now have the method at 77 where you pretty much do not need to get blood or pure essence ever again, because you have the new Zaya rune crafting method. But now with this Temple of the Eye, Guardians of the Rift, you know, the struggle was getting that 77 rune crafting on an Ironman before, not actually doing the activity and stuff like that, right? It was getting the pure essence needed to get 77 rune crafting. Now Guardians of the Rift, you do not need a single pure essence. You just go into this mini game and it's profit. And then the reward from it is a 60% extra runes when crafted. Come on, that's absolutely freaking crazy. My alt account, I just got the requirements to go ahead and do the Guardians of the Rift and stuff like that, and then I got the 77 rune crafting, got the full outfit and stuff like that just this past week. AFKing blood runes while playing this account, I have made 45 million GP. I'm not even kidding, in 1 week of just AFKing, and that is on a main account, by the way. This account right here, we're up to 82 rune crafting now. And these are just some of the bloods that I have in my inventory, but I've got another, you know, 60, 70,000 in the bank. A lot of money has been made. And yes, sure, we've had some skilling bosses, some skilling mini games, and just overall some really cool updates to... Is this guy trying to... What? As I was saying, you know, we've had all these updates to just help us with skilling and make, you know, the repetitive and annoying kind of skilling actions a lot easier to do. We also have things like this, Runelight, right? We have all of these plugins right here. For example, menu entry swapper. So before, for using bones on this altar, you know, you'd used to have to just like right click use, you'd the odd time bury one, right? But you know, you just like, all you got to do right here is just turn this little plugin on and you'll never make that mistake again. Let me just fix the screen here. Left click, left click, left click, left click. It's just... all the Runelight plugins, man, have made this game so brain dead, so easy. And I can't say I don't like it, because I do like it. It just made the game so much easier, so much more convenient, and just overall so amazing. And don't even get me started with, like, this guy found me. Don't even get me started with, you know, PVM activities, you know, all of the gear upgrades that we've gotten. We've gotten, you know, pretty much everything. We've got ring slot upgrades, helmet upgrades, you know, like everything, every amulet in the game. We've had so many cool, great updates that have just made your gear so powerful. You know, we have the scythe, we have the twisted bow. It's just been absolutely crazy on how much cool things we've gotten. We've got new prayer scrolls and stuff like that, have just made the game so much easier. And I can just go down the list of skills, right, and show you how things have gotten so much easier from the very start of the game. Combat, we have the Nightmare Zone, fully AFK 200k XP an hour, right? You know, range, blowpipe. We have prayer. We have this right here, the Chaos Altar, which saves 50% of the bones. That is actually mental. Then we have magic, you know, just thinking off the top of my head, updates that we have had for magic, you know, Monkey Madness 2 caves, man. You can just sit there and AFK and get 400k XP an hour. Rune crafting, you know, Guardians of the Rift, AFKing blood runes. Construction, we have that new construction minigame, Mahogany Homes. Didn't make it easier, but made it more enjoyable, you know, still decent for Ironman, very good for Ironman. Actually, you save a lot of materials. HP Nightmare Zone. Agility, we have the Sepulcher, which is a fun activity that you can go ahead and get a lot of agility XP in. We've also have the agility rooftops, and then we also have things like, what was that other one? The crystal, the Elf City agility course. Agility hasn't really become, you know, very, very good and overpowered, and, you know, but agility. Herblore, we've added potions that you can just simply, you know, AFK, for example, compost potions, sorry, where, you know, you can just take the one ingredient out and have 27 potions in the inventory. Boom, done, boom, done, boom, done. Not too much has really happened with Herblore, right? But it's always been pretty inexpensive skill and stuff like that. Thieving, you know, we've had all of those like one-click methods forever. Pyramid Plunder's still out there. For thieving, that's made it better though. You know, you can do the elves, the firewatches, and make a lot of money thieving. So the XP hasn't, you know, went up significantly. But, you know, with the Runelight plugins and with all these things, you know, it's just made thieving even easier. We have stuff like crafting, you know, for Ironman, right? Crafting, you know, just plant your seaweed spores and that crafting's done. Fletching, darts, you know, amethyst darts, dragon darts, 1,000,000 experience an hour. Slayer has increased a ton since the start of the release. All the new Slayer creatures that have come out, all the new, you know, tasks that you can get, bosses, and just so many things. Slayer went up from, you know, 20k XP an hour from the start of Old School. Some people can get 120k XP an hour now, you know, it's just absolutely crazy. And this is from all the new gear, all the new potions, all the new upgrades, the new Slayer Masters, the new experience. Like, it's crazy. Hunter's kind of turned into a meme. It's pretty much a birdhouse run skill now. Pretty much most people, if you start an account and just start doing birdhouse runs, you will have 99 Hunter by the time you're maxed. It's that easy. Hunter's turned into a farming run. Mining, we have Motherlode Mine, man. We've made the entire skill AFK profitable. You know, we've smithing, Giant's Foundry, fishing, Temperance, cooking is already easy. It's always been easy, but you can one-tick Carambons for 1,000,000 experience an hour. Or, you know, you can go ahead and do like angler fish, stuff like that. Or even wines are pretty good as too. I think they're up to 650, 700k an hour. Fire making, we have Winter Todd, you know, no more regular burning the logs. Woodcutting is an interesting one. I actually made a video a month ago maybe on why we need a woodcutting update, because woodcutting is pretty much the only skill that really hasn't changed. I mean, we have redwood trees, which are severely AFK, similar to choking ivy back in the day, but then again, you profit from it, so it's even better than choking ivy. And farming, we've had the farming guild, we've had tithe farm. You can actually get farming without training the skill now. If you just did tithe farm, the minigame, you could get 99 farming without ever planting a tree, and that's crazy to me. I mean, that would be horrible, but farming, just so many new patches have been added to the game. It's actually freaking crazy, but I love farming. I don't care. Every farming update's good for me. But overall, I'm not mad about any of these updates. It's just Runescape is, old school Runescape anyways, is getting significantly easier. Just that smithing update, the Giant's Foundry. I was planning on spending a couple weeks, you know, buying gold gold ore from the shop and then pretty much turning it into gold bars and stuff like that, and that's how I was going to get smithing done. But now with the Giant's Foundry, I'm going to use all the gold I have and do the rest at Giant's Foundry. No need to buy any more gold ore. And I know that's a small thing, and I shouldn't even really be complaining about it because it's actually kind of awesome. Saves me so much time and stuff like that too, right? But I'm thinking, you know, a year, 2 years from now, if we keep getting great updates, and I'm not saying they're bad, great updates like this, it's just going to take way less and less time to max, right? Start of old school RuneScape, what was it, 500 hours to get 99 rune crafting? Probably do that in half the time now, just with a couple simple updates. And these, you know, 500, oh my god, 500 hours before that, right? It was horrible hell, like running through the abyss, making tons and tons of you know, runes and stuff like that, like nature rune crafting, do you know what I mean? Which wasn't really, you know, too popular. Tons of people, there was a community that liked rune crafting because you made a ton of money once you got to 91 back in the start of old school RuneScape. But now rune crafting is just a mini game, right? It's no longer a skill that only the elites do or only the completionists do. It's a skill that everyone does, you know, go to the mini game and then AFK some blood runes and make 1,000,000 GP an hour. It's just, it's changed. The game has definitely changed. I do like all the updates and I'm for change, but the game's gotten a lot easier and I can't even deny that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you guys went ahead and watched the whole video, comment the locator orb down in the comments below. Thank you guys, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya later.